Brandon, can you not hear?
No, but I
can hear
might have figured out a way to mute him.
Nice.
Oh. All right, so we are
Welcome
back. Sorry
back.
about the.
Oh god.
everything. Second.
Welcome back
trying
to
to
the
check.
Dawnforged company. We were just walking through
I
the
will go back to having stream only audio.
Okay, so we are back. Sorry about the everything
God,
that
I
just
sound
happened
nasally more than usual.
there. A little bit. That's okay. But it has a sick day. So as he's walking
Yeah,
along,
fuck yourself.
he's explaining the Sealy Unsealy courts. It's like he was on the Unsealy, and he's like, so Elofir continues. He's like, it's the Queen of Air and Darkness. Despite it's actually beautiful. Right now she has no consort or surviving children.
Alright, that's what I like to hear. Just kidding.
Careful. It's many things that can go wrong. Sort of thing.
Oh, that's fair. Is she related to the Prince of Fools?
No, the Prince of Fools. So the Sealy and Unsealy they are elven to the point of fault with the Sealy courtman, some might say. The Sealy
I say.
excludes almost all of those who are not the origin or high society. The Unsealy started similarly. Now welcome anything with any drop of fey blood. Creating disgusting offsprings.
So, what exactly is the Prince of Fools? As he's not a Fae, what is he?
Well, he is a Fey. He is just not of the Elven. He's not of the same Elven bloodline. He is a satyr.
Ah, alright. That's cool.
Is known as the Prince of Fools. It's one who watches over those who, as he puts it, know how to enjoy the life. For life is ridiculous, and you're a fool if you don't think so. If you're a fool if you don't enjoy it. So, in order to be called a fool, must be considered a fool by others. So, he considers himself almost the patron of everyone, whether they're not, because all fools of some sort.
That's a good. I like the convoluted rules. That's great. That means like people can't really get a hold on him. You know, I like it.
He is well known
good
for
stuff.
not being held.
Fair enough.
And,
Do you have any advice in the Feywild? Like, I know they said not to lie already. Like, that's a big thing. But is there anything if we see like we should just run away from, or any people we should like avoid making deals with and things like that?
I personally have not spent much time in the courts as I am gestures to his verbal. I've not of any blood as far as they are concerned. But
That's
I would
horrible.
say avoid any deals that you can. Certain things that you may get a fair price for them. Be wary what you joke. Jokes here
Oh no!
are.
Oh, I'm gonna die here, guys. I'm gonna die.
You already did.
I mean, that's true. I already did die. Can you die more than
Again?
once in the Feywild?
You can die here
Please
as
don't
many.
make it a habit.
The question is, can you get
Any-
resurrected in the Feywild?
Oh, we already know that. They already brought me back once. Somebody, how yeah?
Please do
was
not
that
do
you?
that again. That is very expensive.
Fair enough.
And
Does
I
he
don't
owe you
have
anything?
everything I need.
A service given may not be a payment one. It would only be if I could. If I had told you ahead of time that I would take payment to resurrect. My payment was given before I left.
Stream's cutting out again.
This
Wait.
some sh-
Somebody paid you to revive him, even though you didn't meet us yet?
Somebody, the Prince of Fools. Remember, this guy's like his envoy.
I am down.
Pretty sure he wouldn't be happy if he came back empty-handed, right? Am I right? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to speak for you.
I have made the. All like.
Ah, okay. Alright. Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. No.
It wasn't something else.
Yeah, that stream is cutting up bad now.
Is it all of us, or is it just Ty?
He said in character voice.
He did.
Just Ty.
Ah,
Okay,
of course.
so we're gonna try this real quick.
Every fucking time.
All right, so we're gonna switch that and let's switch it back and see if that does it. Do you notice any quality difference after I did that?
I mean, so far it seems pretty good.
Okay.
You're gonna have to keep going?
All right, so we'll just go like this for a little bit and see how it does.
Right?
All right, so yes, I am bound to him. He saved me.
Is he allowed to lie, or is that everyone? Is
It
that
is-
just like a good rule of thumb, like people can lie but there's consequences, or is it literally like a lot of people here can't lie?
There are consequences for lying. Most
no
of them
matter
are
who you are?
death.
Oh
Yes.
wow.
But there
Ah.
are those who lie without lying.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. Is the Prince of
what's-
Fools
what-
one of those?
It depends on who you are.
You know, if say if you're just some mortal that no one cares about, you know, somebody he maybe gave powers on a bet.
If I were you, I would not be as concerned. One thing I know does not normally request help from anyone. So if he has gone through the trouble of sending me, then we're in a position of power.
All
Do
right,
not
that's what I
let
like to
him
hear.
tell you otherwise.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Cool. Thank you very much.
This is the least I can. No, there is. I am, of course, very much indebted to. But
That reminds me. Do you know Faf?
not no fact.
Sorry, I named Faf. Do you know a little fairy dragon? I'm not sure how old he is. He might be a baby. I'm not sure actually. Now that you think about it.
I'm not familiar with him.
Faf. Faf. I
Faf
call for
appears.
Faf. This guy. You ever meet?
I have not had the pleasure.
Faf,
And he
are you
kind of
from
like
here?
he gives like
Are
a
you from
small
around
bow
here?
to Faf. He's like, I am Ilofir at the service of Hirsam, the Prince of Fools, coming to collect you. Faf
Oh, that's
is
Faf.
Faf like lands on your shoulder and then bows back. And in
Quality
draconic,
work.
he says he won't understand me if no matter what I say. I don't think he speaks draconic. And then you see
I don't know.
you see Illifer nod knowingly, and then turn around and keep walking.
Do you speak Draconic?
I do not speak draconic.
Oh, alright. Well, you're right then. So, I guess I never asked Faf, are you from here, or were you born in our world?
I do.
I'm originally from the Feywild. That's I found a caravan. Somebody headed outside of it. I chose to go with them in order to get away from my brother.
Your brother's involved in all this.
I've told you of my
what's-
brother. He's the
Right, what's his name again?
We do not innately have names as Fey Dragon. Normally we are not as blessed with intelligence. Many stay quiet or choose never to interact with others. I've made a different choice, and my brother has been changed.
Oh no. How so?
He is hundreds of times larger than has made some deal somewhere with someone and now seeks to have he seeks to create there are many in these times who would seek to create their own courts. He wants to make a court of dragons, a Fey dragon.
Oh. Okay, that's not good. Mr. Man,
Ilofir.
Ilofir. So, are there any like giant Fey dragons around here that you've noticed? Is there any sort of news that you've heard lately about dragons in the area? Or maybe bigger dragons than normal? Anything like that?
There's always the ever-changing landscape. unfortunately, there is it's impossible to tell from mainly sent on errands and
Fair
errands there. As far as I've heard, there are stirrings and unrest of normal.
In between the first time you said errands and the second time you said errands was a break.
Errands.
In the material
errands.
plane, he said. Errands in the material plane, and
Yeah, I'm just letting you know that it dropped out again.
okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yes, it dropped.
Blow up the world after this. No. He's like, but I've heard there are more larger creatures moving about this time of year, for they know hunt comes soon. And
A hunt. Did you say the hunt comes soon?
there is a large hunt of the Sealy and Sealy courts participate these times. Will
What are they hunting?
whatever is most impressive.
Oh no. Ah, Faf, your brother might be in trouble.
I'm gonna start to slouch my shoulders and look kind of meek.
I'm gonna do a perception check just to see if I notice it.
Performance check and perception check.
Oh, yeah. I'm not gonna. Do-do-do-do.
And then, so you guys notice as Uza kind of draws in his wings, kind of where they normally sit, kind of draw in close, and he kind of hunches down a little smaller. He's almost getting down near like Mesno's height. And then, looking around, what are you looking for?
I'm just wide-eyed, looking for any sort of motion, just trying to really get a sense of the landscape and the animal life.
Okay.
The
So
fauna and flora.
So this time, while you guys have been walking, you seem to be running parallel to the sunset and the sunrise, the duskward and dawnward. And the sky above you has been changing wildly as you walk. Colors flowing from purples to oranges, reds, yellows, blues, greens, and it's as though the sky is showing hundreds of sunsets all at once that keep phasing in and out. Clouds race across the sky as if they're almost in fast forward. Like if there's like a great wind pushing them all as they form, flee, and diminish. Let's see, 13. And then you do see in the far distance, there is a darker cloud, storm cloud. And as it starts to approach, the light gets darker, and you can see that there's a something at the center. At this point, it's becoming obvious to everybody that there's a strange cloud in the sky. Go ahead and everybody make a perception check for me.
Do I make an additional one?
Yeah,
or-
go ahead and make an additional one as it's getting closer.
What the oh, that's wonderful.
All right.
Fucking nailed it!
Noise.
Nailed it!
Okay, perfect. So as a
My perception
Damn,
rolls, dude.
so,
Same.
as a-
Viserys about as observant as you think he'd be.
I have a +6 and you rolled the same as me.
My dice are in character.
That's funny. So as you guys, but that's okay. As a group, you all pass, and so as you see the as it's getting closer and closer, there's something at the center of it that's this bird-like shape, seemingly formed from fire and lightning. It's kind of pink at the center, and then fades to purple out towards the wingtips and tail. And
Is this something I recognize?
you do not recognize this.
This wasn't from my dream?
No, this was not part of your dream.
Okay.
Is this something Faf recognizes?
Do you know what this is?
And then as you're looking up, Illifer says, "Quickly, find cover!" And he kind of like, you see he just almost disappears into a tree as he steps to the side. And everybody make a...
Cast pass without a trace
Perfect.
Hey,
on everybody.
Then I won't.
I'm gonna move at half speed. Do I get advantage?
So it's a kind of an immediate one, so you guys will get the
Okay,
passage
that's
without
fair.
a trace plus 10, but everybody make a stealth check for me.
I'm just I need
I'm fine.
Spider. Ooh.
No, Taz is not. Oh wait. Oh no, I can't guidance her. Shit.
I'll let you guidance.
Already after the roll.
Plus 10 to stealth checks.
You can get. Yeah, I'll let
Oh,
you
plus
choose
10 to
because
stealth
you're.
checks, That's
Because I cast Pass Without a Trace for
Oh.
everybody who's within 30 feet of me, so.
Crit fail though is a crit fail, unfortunately. You can.
Can I-
I'll let.
Can I see that she's not stealthed? Sorry.
Yes, yeah. You see Tazir, as everybody kind of dives around, Tazir goes to duck into a bush, and as she dives into it, the bush catches on fire.
Oh, shit.
I slap greater invisibility on her.
Perfect. Okay, so, and as you slap invisibility on her, you see you guys hear this screech of this giant bird, and as it's just like, a thunderbolt cracks the sky as it flies overhead, and then you see it look down, and as it swoops down and closer, it does you feel the beating of its wings as it's flying by. Its wings put out the bush that's on fire, and you guys are all pushed to the ground as it's kind of looking around with its head, and then seeing nothing, flies up once again, and above you, one more time, it releases just another ear-splitting and is gone.
I need to attune to my lightning armor.
Ooh,
Oh, Jesus.
I need to attune to your lightning armor.
That was
Lord have mercy.
God!
I'm glad that we're sneakier than we should be.
that invisibility was a good save.
Pass Without a Trace was a good save because
Yeah.
we all rolled like
Jesus.
shit.
You guys,
I would have been okay.
I was ready hypnotic
hiding in his
pattern
bush.
and banishment.
You would have been
Slow.
fine, but my Sarah, me, and Taz would have been fucked.
oh man.
Yeah, I don't even have full health right now.
I know, I
No,
have
he does.
no shifts and no spells except
I'm out
for
of
that
everything.
one.
Alright, so,
alright. So what the
I
fuck
would've
was
been fine.
that?
and like as Elofir seemingly steps like you see there's like this shadow of a tree, and he seemingly steps out from the seemingly nowhere, almost as if he's stepping from the shadow. And he's like, that's
Arclight Phoenix. So
Yeah,
I can
well,
see.
I'm gonna keep my concentration up, so Pass Without a Trace is gonna stick up.
we suggest maybe moving a little quietly. This is expected.
So I'm gonna keep my ninja ability up.
So
And
moving.
so what does the appearance of that bird mean to you?
The Arclight Phoenix usually is a creature that is born from various things, but usually it is formed in the heart of natural disasters, where in the Feywild it can go in a spirit, continue as an entity beyond. I think I see. I think I know this one. Then he keeps you guys continuing forward. Can I get a stealth check from everybody?
Yeah, Pass Without a Trace is staying up for an hour,
Perfect.
so...
Nice.
I'm gonna guidance myself.
Perfect.
So, real quick, I'm sorry, I just had trouble understanding. With what
Yeah.
does he think it is?
So it's an Arclight Phoenix. It's this
yeah.
phoenix that's made of lightning and fire. But he says it's probably they are most often in the Feywild born from natural disasters that
Okay.
happen long enough that they take on a spirit of their own and then fly
So
up
like
and-
a hurricane can become one or something like
Exactly, and so this one he's suspecting is like probably a great thunderstorm somewhere that has caused massive damage somewhere.
Well, shit, dude. Shit.
My turn to fail.
All right.
Oh, well, plus
man.
10 to everybody.
I'm fine.
Plus 10. Yeah.
I have
Like how you guidance
37.
yourself.
that. 37.
Try not to stealth through the parking lot. No.
On you.
Oh, hey, Baxeldon, how you doing?
Although Tazir's looking pretty good with that 29. So all right. So and then you guys sneak forward. And
That's
so as you guys see Bloodscale, like as all of you are kind of sneaking, like occasionally you see like one of you will push a branch aside, and then as you do, you move forward, it'll smack hits like Bloodscale in the face, and he'll just kind of give you one of those. And then Bloodscale, eventually like you you just start getting annoyed, and you just start breaking branches off in front of you. You're like, enough of this as you go forward, and so just have given up. Like you're not like you're trying to be careful not to step on too many things, but annoyance has overtaken, and you're starting to just break things as you are just
On
so
brand.
damn tired. You've gone full child.
He's rage stealthing.
Rage stealth.
Oh, yeah. He's created a very good background for these actions. So and then as you guys continue, you guys in the distance hear sounds like a waterfall, and it's just all of this water moving together, and it's as you approach it, you come across a canyon, and across it you see there's a bridge, and there's a bridge coming out of the waterfall and connecting across this kind of curved box canyon, and then one across, and Ilofir looks at these like this is what across.
Is there any chance that we could maybe take a short rest before crossing this chasm of doom?
Well, we could fly.
How close
I know I
are we?
can
Are we
fly,
almost there, or how far away is this prince?
We are nearing. Still a few hours away. Children, here.
Any?
I mean, I know I'd like to roll some hit dice. I don't know about anybody else.
I might as well.
Very well then. We will
Die.
rest here, and then with that, he lets out a. You see as he stops, the small fairy kind of pops out, and she's kind of dancing around. And he's like, "If you would be so kind." He pulls from his pack this dried log, and it's a fairly big one. And as he sets it down, she starts to like step across it as fire starts to light in her tracks, and then she like scoots backwards and then releases her wings out, and they flare, lighting the campfire. And then she kind of like pirouettes and starts dancing inside of the fire, and he's like, "Thank you."
I start rubbing my finger rings together to give her some jaunty music.
Perfect. And as you do, no, I'm just gonna let Mike take this. Go ahead. And then no, your jaunty music instantly starts. Instantly starts playing as she starts to dance to the tune, and even starts clapping a little bit. And it's very strange to hear something so small clap, because they're just like little like. As you guys are sitting on the edge of the waterfall, it roars, and it's pretty loud. So it's hard to hear the music, but you can still make it out as you guys take this little rest, watching. He introduced her as Efrena, the fairy dance on the wood. While you guys are resting,
I'm
can I
gonna
get
change some of my attunement real quick, if I
Sure.
can.
Yep. Go ahead,
I don't
and
know
if you
wanna
need to
keep
adjust
track of that.
attunement, can you? I think you have to attunement.
I know I'm stuck with Dim Bane's
Perfect, okay.
arm.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And then
Dim Bane.
Good old Dim Bane.
Dimrock. And then so as you guys are taking this short rest, anybody if you want to change attunements, if you want to do your hit dice, and then so Elafir, he starts pulling out of the pack that he has some different like bits of dried meat, and he starts offering them out. If you guys want to have any, and then he also pulls out like some bunch of vegetables, and he starts to like it's kind of interesting because he starts to like cut them up to make a stew, and he's just kind of sitting cross-legged as he kind of like gestures. The plants grow up and then form like this like cutting board basically for him as he just cuts through, and he starts making a nice stew for you guys to eat.
Hey. I'm gonna surreptitiously check the heart.
Perfect. What do you want to?
Did it get absorbed into me, or is it popped back out right now? I can never remember.
So it's so the heart itself has absorbed mainly into your chest, and like basically it grew into your chest, and then the bits that were left, you woke up and they were attached to the sword. So it's about half and half.
So I just inspect everywhere to see if it's reacting strange to anything.
Roll an investigation check.
Can I guidance him?
You can.
Add a
What does
D4.
guidance mean? Add a d4? Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah. So roll and then
Is
roll a d4.
investigation.
I
Perfect.
gotta get better about that.
So just bam.
Perfect. So,
Hey,
all
nice.
right. 22. So looking over the heart, you do notice that the crystalline petals on the hilt of the sword, they seem to pulse with your heartbeat now. And it's as you're looking at it, you're like, it's kind of insane because it pulses exactly in time with your heartbeat. And as you kind of inspect closer, you do notice that the roots and everything, some of their thorns have started to retreat.
It's good to be a good sign. Yeah, that's all I have.
And then, so at the end of your guys' long rest, how long do you guys want to take? Just like a couple hours, an hour?
Now.
Whatever the shortest amount of time possible is to get our stuff healed a little bit, and then.
Perfect, so-
I mean, that's my vote anyway.
Yeah, ditto. Because that's all we can do is heal a bit.
So you guys
And
take
Messi gets his spells back.
Mezzy does get his spells back. So you guys take your hour rest and eating some of this stew, enjoying the fire as it kind of crackles, and then as it's time to go, you go ahead and stop the rings music, and then can I get an perception check, everybody, as you guys set out?
15.
I'm gonna guidance
Who you got in this? Oh, yourself.
myself.
Okay.
So 18.
18. Oh. So, blood scale. Across the bridge, you see a small crow, which you wouldn't normally notice, but you notice that it has a third eye in the center of its head, and on each side of its beak, claws.
Weird three-eyed crow. Weird three-eyed crow. I just point at it.
How weird. Do I see it? Can I see it?
Now that he's pointed it out, that you guys see the crow. Everybody but Taz, you are able to see the third eye from that far. Taz, being around this much flowing water is clearly messing with you. You're like just kind of nervous around it. You've never been around this amount of water before, let alone it just crashing down. And,
I'm gonna yell at the crow in Auran.
Aaron? Okay, what do you want to say?
In Auran.
Water is scary.
Hey! What are you doing over there? What's up, man?
Does
So
he just sound like he's squawking?
He sounds like a mixture of like kind of like hissing, squawking, like harsh wind noises, and the occasional tongue clicks that are almost electrical, like and almost like this buzz as well. And then as you're yelling, you see the crow who's been watching you the whole time. His head kind of bobs down and bobs up. And so-
Holy shit, he speaks Auran. Are you cool? Do you want to come over here and chat?
Yes.
Did I understand what that meant? Or
Nope.
was that just a caw?
Nope, it's just a caw.
I'm gonna. Guys, should I go talk to him?
As you're talking, it turns its head all the way around, and then turns it back.
Like an owl? Like Exorcist?
Exorcist-y, owly, and then you see it. As again locks at you. You see. Make a perception check.
Yeah. I guidance myself for that one?
Sure. Perfect. So
Not
as
that I
it's-
needed to.
So as you make the perception check, you see that for just like a split second, the middle eye changes color.
Huh.
What color does it become?
Yeah, what color does it become? I'm gonna tell everybody what I'm seeing.
At first, it kind of wipes
Sorry.
to like like this light green, as right now it's normally kind of a yellow, and it almost glows a little bit.
Does it seem magical?
It does.
Like it's okay. I can fly, so should I go talk to? Like, hey, you know what? We have a Feywild expert, right here, Illofear. Do you know what this bird's all about?
But it is strange. It looks like some sort of. Oh,
Should I kill it?
I to err on the side of caution. I think it is best we kill this thing.
Why
You
do
see-
I want to talk to him? He speaks my language.
You see Illifer's like his fingers. He kind of like he in each hand you see the small flame ignite, and he kind of like is hiding them behind his palms towards the crow, but you can see them. He's like, "You're not going to speak."
I'm gonna. Shit. Okay. I'm gonna fly out. Not too far. I'm gonna fly out right about here,
Perfect.
and I'm gonna yell out to him. Look, we don't want to fight or anything. We don't want to hurt you. You're kind of weirding us out, and this is all in Aran. And we just everything else we've run into has attacked us, and we just really want to meet another friendly face out here. So, are you cool? Because your eyes kind of freaking me out.
And as he's staring at you, the eye again. Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion check. Can I guidance myself on that, or too late?
Go ahead.
To be fair, this is tie in my game.
This is.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
It doesn't matter.
To be fair.
And so, the crow flies forward to about here.
Okay.
Then it is going to, as it looks at you, all of a sudden, it stands blocking the way, and then it's like, "Ah!" And it just yells out in this deep, ear-splitting. I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I'm really bad at those. Hey, I'm really good at this one.
Oh no.
It's like you and Taz are having opposite
shit.
luck tonight.
Taz. That's like your third natural one, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, like my second. You don't have to
Sorry.
amplify it further.
So
Like,
you
it's bad enough.
you all take 6 psychic damage, and then it digs its as it grows. You see that
How
the
big
crow.
is this bird?
The crow is now he is monstrous. He's huge, and you see like he has like front legs and back legs. As he stands, he digs his talons into the bridge and breaking it where he stands, and then he flies away with the bits of the bridge.
Can I get an attack in before he flies off?
Sure. Anybody who
Same.
wants to get an attack in, go ahead and he's doing this as his turn, and go ahead and roll the attacks.
It would have been a fly in and hit him with the Shadow Drinker.
So, and
Oh man, never mind.
Nope.
You know.
16 hit.
16 does not hit. As you go
damn.
to fly up and stab with Shadow Drinker, one of the claws just kind of enwraps your hand and pushes you away almost forcefully. So you slow. That's a Wisdom saving throw. What's your DC?
16.
16.
Noise.
So the creature is slowed. Anybody else have an attack they'd like to do before we roll initiative? Since you were warned to.
How many beams does Mesnos have again?
Mesnos right now has 3 beams.
Seriously, because I thought it was more because it's 4th level.
Eldritch Blast.
Pretty sure he's a 4th level boy.
Let's take a look.
My hunter's mark.
Yes, you can. You can.
Let's if he
Eldritch Mark has
does.
a
If he does it, No. What fucking level is he?
Who?
9.
Mesnos? Yeah, he's level 9.
It's 2 beams. It's
Two
2
beams.
beams.
And then, so yeah, you can Hunter's Mark and attack. You have your full, turn, if you want. So,
Oh,
those
sweet.
will hit.
Like to
Pow, pow.
long.
Perfect. Longbow, that hits.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then we'll add the 3 for Hunter's Mark, so 9 damage from you. Mesnos, 23 points of damage from him. And then the crow is slowed. Then
Hold on, I ain't done yet.
Okay.
Eh.
8 does not hit.
Obviously.
And then
Frostbite.
He tried.
Frostbite, roll it.
Oh.
Constitution saving throw.
What are you gonna
18.
have?
I think he's. What's your spell DC?
Shit. Where is that?
It should be right above your spells.
Spells. 14.
Perfect. Okay, 14. So he saves, so nothing from that. And then Elofir is going to let go with a Flame Strike. Crow saves, so he takes half damage. Wait, what the hell? That's not right.
Did I take Did we take damage on the caw?
Yes.
6 if you failed.
Okay, 6.
What was the? Yeah, I know I saved it 22, natural 20.
Oh, sorry, it doesn't Flame Strike, has to be on itself. That makes sense. My bad. He is going to use.
Fool!
You know what? It's far enough away. He's just going to fireball the motherfucker.
It'll feel fire.
So 13 points of damage.
Yoga flame.
Yoga Flame. Alright, and so that will get us into Initiativo. Let's go and clear out the old ones. Everybody roll initiative.
Oh dang.
I can do that. Just a
Not
little
lame.
bit
I
of
did
fun.
select!
Yay!
I did too, but it
I
didn't
got
do me
a
either.
20.
Okay, no worries. I got you guys.
It's probably gonna
Man.
overwrite me the moment I do Mesnos anyways. Haha, bitch.
Ah!
It didn't. It's cool.
7!
Mesnos got a 12. 7 for
What?
Sarah.
That's
Alright,
pretty good.
perfect. Alright, so we've got first up. You know what? This battle music isn't. There we go.
Let's go actually had 12 because he rolls with advantage.
Oh, that's right.
Just select. Oh, sorry.
Perfect. Blood scale is at 12. All right, everybody have their proper initiatives?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's get this kicked off. Uza, you are up first against the slowed.
Sorry,
This
did you see
motherfucker.
Molly had an 18?
Oh,
It's okay. I effed it up. Just ignore me.
okay.
I'm fixing it.
What did you get? Just so I can put you.
Okay, well, I got 17 now.
Okay. What did,
18 originally.
18 originally? We'll give you your original roll. Because it is a little squirrely. Perfect. All right, so.
I
But,
need to tone it down there 10 to 20% there, Squirrely.
Uza, go ahead and get us kicked off.
All right, I'm gonna whip out both my daggers. Wanted to be your friend. I'm gonna use my bonus action to activate the venom in the dagger of venom.
Perfect.
I'm gonna move on up to him. How
Move on.
high up in the air are we?
So you guys are both about 20 feet up in the air at this point.
Above the bridge?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he's got the
alright.
bits of bridge in its talons.
All right, and I'm gonna use Shadow Drinker for my action.
Perfect. Okay, go and roll that attack.
I don't get advantage because he's slowed, do I?
No, but he does a -2 to his AC.
Okay. So Shadow Drinker.
The Dwayko.
18 will hit.
The Shadow Dwayko.
Perfect. And that's
Okay, and
drink
I'm
that
gonna
shadow.
suck in his
Sweet.
shadow.
Tweet
perfect.
that shadow.
Delicious shadow.
That's
Tastes like waving raspberries.
Shadow.
God damn it, you. All right, that brings to Zephyr.
Blackberries.
Okay,
Oh, actually, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm gonna spend the rest of my movement. I'm gonna move right here.
Perfect. Okay.
I am going to look for something really quick. Boop. I'm going to fly about here.
Perfect.
Measure this out. Ah, shit. No, I'm gonna fly right about here. Measuring out here. Bop. Bop. Perfect. Okay. And I'm gonna cast light.
What is it? Oh, blight. So, Constitution saving throw. 16. He saves, so half damage. So reduced to 17 points of damage. As you see, this invisible tether or not invisible. This pale light tether connect you to the crow, and all of a sudden it pulses with a dark green, blackish energy as you pull some of the life from it. The deep crows. And then
Did you say this guy was made of fire? Sorry.
No, this is just like this big
Just
kind
a
of
regular big old
deformed
crow.
looking crow who has like back legs, and then he also has like kind of arms, and he's gigantic
is
with
this
claws on the side and a third eye.
is
What's
this
that?
the one from the Acquisitions Incorporated?
It is.
Hey, awesome.
Cool.
Yeah. That's an
No, it's
ancient
someone from
deep
Dark
crow.
Souls, but it's not helping us.
Yeah, his beak is turned sideways like a masher from a beetle. It's super cool.
That's fucking awesome. I gotta zoom in on that.
He's creepy.
I'll go and share
like
the.
him.
All
Kill
right,
him
so
with fire.
Oh, that looks so fucking awesome.
all
I'm gonna
right,
kill the fuck out of this guy.
Tazir, you're up.
Another head for the mantelpiece.
Azir, kill it with fire.
I'm
I
gonna,
like him.
Tazzy fire.
gonna do my best. That's my thing, actually.
That is your thing.
I'm gonna,
I feel like these attacks are gonna be lit.
but I'm.
So I have to leave now. I can't be around this kind of energy. Just kidding.
That's fair. That's fair. I understand.
Well, I think I have to move to do Burning Hands.
Yeah, you have that's a 15-foot cone.
15 foot, yeah.
And you gotta aim it up in the air.
And I always forget how far I can move.
Usually it's 30 feet
30,
unless you have.
yeah. Much is each square, again?
Each square is 5 feet.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's as close as I can get. That's not close enough.
You still fire your bow. You can.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that.
And
Bow that bitch.
I'm gonna
11 will miss.
shoot an arrow at him. Balls. I
And
can shoot
then-
again though, right?
Yep, you can shoot again.
Oh my god!
Double 11s. So as you're firing at this creature, all of a sudden it just like it spins towards you, and like it just bites one of the arrows in half as it flies at it, and then the other one it just bats out of the way. I'll bring us.
Update, he eats arrows!
That'll bring us to Mesnos.
Valuable knowledge.
Good old Mezzy boy.
It's
Good
time to fuck
old
things
Mezzy
up.
boy. Oh, maybe. We'll see what happens.
I came here to chew bubblegum or kick ass, and I've been had.
You totally fucked
It follows.
Yeah, close enough.
Delivery was
follow all
off,
the way
but the
through.
joke is there.
You gotta follow all the way through.
You don't have
All I
to.
said.
Bubblegum.
I've never even had bubblegum. What do you want? What more than that do you want? That's the whole thing.
I guess yeah, Lysair really hasn't.
Well, that's fair.
What are we doing,
I
Mesnos?
know. Hold on.
Yeah, he has a decent amount of.
That's the problem.
That's the
You got me all excited and eager.
Oh,
Business as usual.
Heyo.
Aw.
For him, he's your husband.
Jeez.
So that's 5 points of damage. Alright, and then any movement from Ez?
no.
That'll bring us to blood scale.
Sweet. Bloodscale can't make it close enough. I already did the math. Bloodscale's not sure we actually have to rage for this.
Okay, so before your Bloodscale is able to do, he's going to use a legendary action and wing attack. He's going to attack Uza. Uza, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm sorry, was that Uza?
Yep,
You
Uza.
cracked up there.
Dexterity saving
Dexterity
throw.
save? Okay, there you go. Sorry about that.
Perfect. You succeed, so no worries.
Yay!
But he does manage to fly up away from you, and he gets, as he's flapping up, he gets good 40 feet up higher.
So I have a question.
He's
Yes.
I
slowed
get an
though.
attack of opportunity.
Oh, sorry, 20. No, it's part of his legendary actions, and he's buffeting away. You have to use your movement and everything that what you normally would get for your action. You're kind of trying to save from getting knocked to the ground. So yeah, only 20 feet
Okay.
above you. Yes. What's your question?
That was the question. I
Okay,
think.
perfect.
All right. Well, still gonna have to get closer to the boy.
He's now about 40 feet.
Fuck, I forget the range of this stupid bitch spell. Normally. That's fine. For flavor, Bloodscale's gonna try to shoot this one out of his mouth.
Perfect.
Seems to have better luck.
Roll it, and then it's
Should just be the 20.
perfect. So that'll hit. So as you kind of concentrate to 10 force damage. As you guys see, Bloodscale basically you see him. He goes for the hands, and then he just concentrates, and then he just seems to spit out an Eldritch Blast as it connects into the side of the head of the crow that looks down. And then anything else?
Yeah, fuck you too, buddy! And that's all he has.
And that'll bring us to Elufir, who is going to. He is going to. Oh, you're too close for fireball, so he's just going to.
He can just aim it higher so that it only hits the bird.
I guess that's true. Yeah, he's going to do that.
That bird and not this bird?
Yep.
Yep, the big bird, not the small bird.
The big bird, not little bird.
All right, and you see as Elufir releases. You see him he just has this little spark, and as he holds it in his hand, he like holds his hand to his shoulder, and you see the fair in his shoulder kind of like blow on it like it's dice, and he throws it up in the air, and then it explodes, searing into the back of this deep crow. Bring us to the deep crow itself. Then slows it save at the beginning or end of its turn.
Let's just hit the button and read it. It is.
End.
End. Okay, perfect. So it's going to it's going to fly down 10 and use its and try to attack Uza with its mandibles, since you're the only one close enough it can get to.
No, the mandibles.
That ain't gonna.
Not this fella.
That ain't gonna happen. All right, and then
Yeah.
is going.
Oh my god, I
to
rolled a
attack-
natural 1 and got a 12 still.
That's
That
a
slope
bad
goes
timing.
away, I'm fucked.
And then saving throw. Repeat it. It's wisdom, correct? 8. Still slowed.
Oh, thank god.
All right, that brings us to Vice Air.
I yell, "I'm sorry, Uza!" And then I
Oh no.
things where I go shazowie bam.
Oh, I'm okay with this.
Perfect. Dexterity saving throw.
It's okay. That's
Fails.
Okay. That's how I meet my god.
So 37 points of damage coming out. That's just
30.
lightning
And then,
bolt. What am I doing? Freaking
Do I
hell,
take
man.
half damage on a success?
That's
What?
correct.
You,
yeah.
don't, you shouldn't take any damage. You're
Yeah.
not actually in
He's
the line.
he's firing up above you, since you're still like technically it's looming above you. So the way I'm seeing it, he can hit the upper half of it because it's such a gigantic creature. You should be you're okay.
So I
for this
wasted
one.
a 27 on my deck save.
I mean, you can have it if you want. So you would take nothing. We'll say you
Yeah, 'cause
definitely dive out of
I
the
have
way as
evasion either way.
the lightning cracks through the air. That'll bring us back to
Free
Uza.
action. Can I give a thumbs up?
You can.
Dagger, dagger.
Did it.
Actually, to plant the shadow, is that a free
So I guess my
action,
turn's
or-
just over already. We're just gonna.
Oh,
skip
sorry.
through anything
I
else
forgot.
on
Sorry,
it?
sorry. Bonus action.
I just wanted to double check my minor actions before moving on.
They're bonus now. Bonus actions.
Bonus actions. I'm gonna convert some of my spells slots into sorcery points. That's
Perfect. Okay, mark down and take your sorcery points. Are you going to move at all?
I'm gonna take a little. I'm gonna stand behind our friend here.
Perfect. And then that'll bring us to Uza. Go and get your daggers going.
Okay, so I'm gonna give myself. I'm gonna use the shadow to give myself advantage. With Shadow Drinker.
Awesome.
And then that would be. Oh, where'd he go? 28.
28. Miss. No, I'm just kidding.
Jesus. And then there's my sneak attack.
Perfect. So 16, 25, 28 points of damage total.
And then bonus action dagger, dagger of venom, and I still have advantage on this, correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
He's so
And there's
slow.
that sucker.
That'll hit. And then what's
And
the
then he needs a con save of 15.
21?
I
Wait,
think he made that.
Sorry, doesn't slow affect some saves?
Dex.
Dexterity.
Just Dex. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Perfect.
that's
Okay.
alright.
And then so another 18 points of damage.
No, just
7.
the 7. Yeah, that 11's there for the if he fails.
All right. And any movement?
I'd like to get off the X, but I feel like if he knocks me down, I will fall to my doom. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stay where I am.
Perfect. He's going to use a legendary action to Shadow Claw you.
Okay.
21.
Oh,
Oh, not Shadow.
yeah.
Sorry. That was the wrong thing. He's going to use it to not Shadow Claw. Wrong thing. Gonna wing attack you.
Okay.
Dexterity saving throw.
Dex save. Ka-chow.
Mm.
I had 13. I don't know why I'm at advantage on that.
That's okay.
Sorry.
So you
Didn't click
take
my thing.
let's see, we'll just call it 13 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are knocked out of the sky, being 20 feet up. You take 10 points of falling damage as you are forced down into the bridge below. Make another dexterity saving throw.
Oh God, no.
14.
Oh no,
You-
this is not going well for me.
as the boards break out from underneath you, you're able to quickly get your hands up and catch yourself from falling through to the bridge below.
Okay. Oh.
I'll bring us to Zephyr.
Oh, do I take half damage from that failed dex save because of evasion?
It was more of a force damage attack. It wasn't really like
Okay.
You know what? I'll say yes, because it was an attack you saw coming and it uses your action. So
I mean,
yes.
it's 5. It's okay. All right, there we go.
No.
5 whole points.
So this ring has.
What's my attack roll on this one?
Let's see. It's a D20 and then add 7.
Okay.
So see where it says make an attack roll with a +7 bonus.
D20 plus 7.
Okay, so 13 will not hit. As
Fuck!
you pull the as the giant spectral ram flies out. I need to work on my ram noises. But as it flies out, the
I like the scared ram, like, nah! Like,
why am I here? No.
who am I?
As the spectral ram flies past, barely missing. That'll bring us. Or sorry, would you like to for your bonus action and movement?
Fuck. Useless. Piece of shit.
You can hit somebody with it soon.
Yeah, have I ever actually landed a hit with that goddamn ring? I
Not
don't
yet,
think
no.
I have. Like every time I've used it, I can't do anything else, so I'm just gonna stay out of the fucking way.
Perfect. Tazir, you're up.
Back up a little bit.
Yes. Want a burning hands, so I'm gonna move. closer.
Perfect.
So 15 is within 3 squares. So if I went like right here, I'd be okay, right?
Since it's above you, you'll have to get
Do I have
right
to
up within 5 feet of it so you can get the cone upwards.
Like right here?
Yeah,
Okay,
perfect.
I'm gonna do this.
Get it.
Get it, girl.
Get it, girl. Get it, get it, get it. So it's
Oh,
what's
boy.
the saving throw on that? What's your spell DC?
Oh. 14.
He
Sorry.
fails.
Oh, nice. What
How do you
aspects?
want to do this?
Oh shit.
That's a good thing, Molly.
That's nice.
Oh yeah, fails for them. Yeah.
Yeah. So how would you like?
I was like, oh, bummer.
So how would you like to kill this giant?
Rotisserie?
Fire. Rotisserie.
So you see as Tazir runs up, dragging both of her hands behind her, you see fire gathering in each as she pulls them together and then releases upward at the same time, just releasing a shout as this small tornado of fire pours out of the center of her chest, and as it hits the crow at the back as the flames start to overcome it, and it starts to fall out of the air, and she just holds the fire as it's falling past her, as you see, so she burns off all the feathers and just like, as she be burnt to a crisp, Deep Crow falls into the water below. You hear as the flaming body hits.
Oh, steam bath.
Then I go loot his stupid little body. His stupid giant body.
So
I want feathers. I want to see if I can get his beak.
you're gonna
my
have
God.
to. You would have to go down and try to fish it out of the water. You can try really quickly if you want to. You'll have to
Let's do it.
go quickly and
I'll
then.
go with him
Okay,
to assist.
perfect. So
My priority of things is eyes, as his third eye, his feather, one of his feathers, and then if I can get one of his little side beaks.
perfect.
I'm
Hold
gonna
on, hold on,
assist and
both
see
of
if
you
I can
come
help
here.
him out.
Come to me real quick before you go anywhere.
There would be
Okay.
no time. It is sinking into the.
Okay, never
I'm
mind.
flying
we're going
down
now.
and guidancing myself.
Perfect. So as you guys both fly down, I want, since you're assisting him,
Oh.
make an investigation check with a
On.
guidance and advantage. Yes, teach.
I have spell stiver, so touch spells have a range of 60 feet.
Perfect. What are you gonna do with it?
Nothing.
You can run over and you can. I'd say you could probably get to while they're headed straight down. You could run forward and probably get them.
Run, bam, and then twin spell. To
Perfect.
double greater invisibility to hit it with both of them as they jump down.
Perfect.
So,
So, you
they
guys.
have a minute of invisibility.
Perfect. All right.
I got
So
a 28.
28 total. Okay, so you're able to get there in time, and as you landing, know exactly what you want. You kind of hover just up above the head and grab onto it so you don't land on it and sink. And just super quickly with your hands, you're able to. Your dagger's already in hand, so you just reach in real quickly, pop the eye, and pocket it while simultaneously, as you're pocketing it, dropping a dagger, grab a handful of feathers and pull it out. You manage to get 3 handfuls of feathers before it sinks below the waves. Right down.
No beak.
The beak, you did not have time. It was sinking too
No
fast.
worries.
Did he get the third eye?
He got the third eye.
I got the third
I'm
eye. I
getting
got
some
3
feathers.
handfuls of feathers. Sweet. And I'm just gonna yell at the body as it sings. I just wanted to be your friend.
I know who's that, and I'm shouting over the water because I'm sure it's really fucking loud. It's like, I know who's that.
Where'd that voice
I
come
just
from?
want some feathers.
What? Oh my god, I'm invisible.
So as you guys,
Okay, I'm
I'm shouting at the feathers that are floating in the air.
so these 2 disembodied voices are screaming at this sinking giant crow. As you guys kind of make your way back up the
Try
bridge.
not let you make them invisible and they scream the whole time.
I'm gonna use my ear bead. I'm gonna use my ear bead and go, guys, you can be quiet.
Yeah, like super
What?
quiet.
What?
Be quiet. Be so
I will
quiet.
kill the
Slow
both of you
down.
down here
myself.
because of the waterfall.
Luckily, most of it is lost in the waterfall.
If only I had my shape shifting, I could have been a shark and got the rest of it.
Right, and so at this point, you guys have made your way back, I assume.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna return to the bridge.
Excuse
I'm gonna
me,
give her
real,
2 handfuls.
Real quick,
of
while they're on the way up,
Yes.
I'm going to
Gracias.
warning shot Eldritch Blast at them.
And so as you guys make an Eldritch
What the
Blast
hell?
attack at disadvantage, they're
Guys are
invisible.
yelling.
Oh, they're
We
yelling
were
into the
yelling down
headpieces.
at the waterfall.
They are currently invisible, so even though you're trying to miss, I need you to roll an attack at disadvantage. 7. Okay, so you don't. You just fire. You guys see it, Eldritch Blast is you see the face of Blitzscale pop over the falls, and he just pukes another one at you, but you're able to. He's not even anywhere close. You get the idea. He was probably trying to.
I'm not down there anymore. I'm right here. Like, I'm literally standing next to you.
Yeah, we're literally right next to you.
I was doing it while you guys were yelling.
It's
I was
okay.
trying to interject.
No, it's fine.
So this portion of the bridge, we're gonna go just mark it off. It is broken,
Destroyed.
destroyed.
I like it.
Oh.
Okay, so how many feathers? I know this is super specific. How many?
handfuls of
28 feathers.
28 feathers
Ancient
total?
deep crow feathers total. Yeah.
Okay.
I know this is super specific. Specific answer.
28. So how many are you giving
Oh.
to me, Uza?
I'm gonna give you 19 of them because I want 9.
19 Eldritch Crow?
Elder deep crow.
Elder Deep Crow feathers. I have my shinies. My sparklies.
Are they like black?
They
Or
are.
like a weird.
They are like this deep dark black that shimmers with like almost a purple and a green at the same time. But where they're black, it almost envelops light. So it's almost it has like a near negative light quality to it.
Ooh, look at it. They kind of match my feathers, except they're pretty. Oh, they're prettier than mine.
Hey, Zephyr, I know I just gave you a bunch of those, but I might need them later because I think I have a really cool tinkering idea for these
That's fine.
kick-ass
I was
feathers.
gonna use mine for my cloak. So I might not
make.
use them.
Think I can make something super cool out of these. I don't know yet.
I was
This
gonna
cloak's
add
kinda
it to
new.
my cloak. So, modding my outfit. I won't need all of them, I don't think. So, we'll see.
Cool. Perfect.
We share.
I am quite impressed by the speed of which you were able to deal with such as that. But
Thanks.
Cranky bird, bro.
of course, no, we will have to figure out how to be across. If not, we will go around past this.
I could carry a few people over. Uza, do you think we could carry everybody over?
I probably could carry Mesnos.
Well, together we should
I'd
be
be
able to
okay with
carry-
that.
Although I could also just fly. We could always just fly a couple of ropes over in time over there
Yeah.
and let people walk across.
I can literally carry people over. That's
Okay.
fly people over. If you
then
assist,
this-
that shouldn't be a problem.
That's true. I can help. So I'm
How
gonna
far-
use my rope to help. I'm
Um,
gonna place it between my dorsal guiding feathers.
Quite literally,
As
we'll
if I
have
would a
somebody
coconut.
hold onto a rope and then we'll drag them over,
Yes.
fly them over.
Perfect.
Yes.
And
How did they get coconuts to England?
So we can start with our flying
He got it.
and, you know,
perfect. So you guys,
elevator lift service.
perfect. So who are you taking over first?
I'll take Mesnos over.
Mesno, super light. Just a quick strength check to see how you make it over.
Strength.
And it's a bit of a more challenging than you thought because being still your wings, you know, they've had their full power, but like carrying Mesnos is a little awkward as you're usually using your arms to kind of like balance yourself, but you make him you get Mesnos across. Okay.
Can we do the rope idea, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do the rope, and I'm going to guidance her as well.
Perfect. Okay. So bringing the rope over, make a dexterity check. If you want to make a tinkering check, if you Uza, if you want to tie down the rope on your end.
Yeah, sorry, there was just a loud crash in the back of my house. Tinkering check.
Yeah.
All right, so that's a.
You are proficient, so you. 16? Yeah, you're able to make this. So looking at it, you're like, this is going to need a little more weight than normal. So you're kind of looking at the slats, and so you quickly loop instead of just going straight around one slat, you kind of weave it in between 3 to create a stronger anchor on your side, and you explain how to do it on the other side as you throw the rope.
See, it's not so bad. So what you do here is you go like Bunny goes in the hole.
Okay.
All right.
And then,
Boom, done.
You can.
Alright,
I'm
now
gonna guidance. Gonna guidance her as well for this next one.
perfect.
Okay.
So roll a dexterity check, and then add a d4.
Who does that?
You. Anchor.
Me. Okay, so dexterity check.
And then
Plus
add
4.
Add a d4. Roll a d4.
Add a D4.
So, it's a little harder for you, but you think you've got it pretty well. It looks close. I mean, it's not as neat, but it's close. It should do.
Okay.
Who would like to try to do the little rope bridge that they've created first?
Oh, hang on a second. I have a. Do I
Wait, I
have
might have
any
a thing for
left?
this.
Shit.
What are you trying to do?
Thought I had a spell left for it, but I don't.
Okay.
I thought I had a little spell left, and I don't. Never mind.
You have Druidcraft, right?
I
Should.
Alright,
It's
so-
cantrip.
So you can use Druid. So as you're tying it down and looking at it, you kind of you'd use you just in the background, almost like not even thinking about it. You use Druidcraft to kind of grow vines in this area, even making it even more secure.
Okay.
Good call. Good call.
Yeah,
And,
that's probably better. There.
Would like to be first over.
Tazir?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna try.
Just,
I grab a hold of her underneath her shoulders and hook them.
Perfect. So strength check for you, and then acrobatics check for Tazir to see how well you stay on while being assisted over.
Oh
I'm
man,
going to guide
pretty acrobatic, but like,
Zephyr.
yes.
All right,
I was
Zephyr,
like, but I've
roll a
been
d4.
fucking
You've been
all
guidance.
night.
Roll a d4.
You guys make it over no problem. It works exactly the way you want it to. Here you are
Thanks,
on the other
Zephyr.
side. And then who's next?
Vicer?
Yeah, mate, let's do it.
Let's
Alright.
break it with the big guy last.
Which big guy?
I was
That was
going
my
to say.
thinking.
Alright,
talking about
so
the
acrobatics,
yeah, that-
right?
Yep, acrobatics check from you, strength check from Zephyr. You want to guide Zephyr again?
Yeah, I'm guidancing Zephyr again. Although we probably should. Oh,
Oh
All
god!
right. I need a dexterity saving throw from you, Vicer, as she goes to grab you, and like as you go and put your as you go to slip, all of a sudden you see Vicer as he starts to fall. He just reaches out, he he just slaps himself in the chest and then just floats forward.
And I'm going to twin that since I cashed in some spells before we went
Do you
on
have
this
any
madness.
spell slots or any Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you converted.
I
got
cashed
it,
in
right.
some level 2 ones and converted
Perfect.
them, so I'm gonna cast fly onto
Big guy. Furball.
the Furbolg.
Elo Fear? Perfect. And as you
Fear.
so as you go to slip,
then-
you slap your chest, and then instantly you just smack him in the chest, and then you just kind of confidently like. No big
I
deal.
have spell snipers, so it doesn't.
Oh,
It
perfect,
can
so-
be outside of touch.
So, and then so he just you
Elo
float
Fear,
over.
you can fly now if you like.
He's excellent. And he kind of like just floats over.
Alright,
really
the best
good.
I can do if you
I'm
drop
good.
tail is that I can feather fall him, which might make him light enough to get back over if you fall.
I will say.
Okay. So I basically, I'm like, and I kind of flush a little bit. I'm like, hey,
Just wait. I have the perfect plan. Everything's fine.
okay.
Everything's fine.
I'm going to undo the rope that's tied on this side.
Oh!
Gonna tie it around my waist.
Perfect.
That works.
A few, go around a few times, tie it through, for safety.
Okay, so you're
Oh, I
attached.
see what
Now
appears.
I
to be.
climb.
Okay. No, everybody, you're already all around that side. Everybody
I'm-
just
Oh, I
grab.
can help carry him.
No,
Actually,
just grab the rope.
uh,
I want to jump. Let
You
me
look-
jump. I'm
you look
having
for-
fun.
Illithrid walks over, floats over since he can fly, and he's like, "Oh, why didn't you say so?" He casts jump on you. He flies back.
Triple. I'm gonna jump over the end of this fucking bridge. Jesus dicks.
All right, go ahead and
You
make
got
an
it.
athletics check to see how well your jump goes.
Guidance.
With a +4, a D4.
Doesn't guidance have to be touch?
He's
Yeah,
right
but I
down
can
next
fly, fool. Petty bridges have no bounds for me.
Thank God, it's actually kind of low.
+4.
Christ.
to you. A D4.
I know.
Perfect. So
I
14.
know, but
Four.
having jump on me, I'm gonna jump forever.
So you guys watch as let's get you get ready. You back up, and as you leap into the air, you go further than you were expecting. But then, since you're tied in, you kind of you like get to the taut end of the rope, and it just kind of like land heavily on the other side.
I'm okay.
How's them knees?
And as you do, the plat under you breaks, and you're left kind of like hanging a little bit. Your feet as hanging into it, the bottom as that plat breaks away.
I'm
But
okay.
since you're tied, no dexterity saving throws, so you easily climb back up.
And I fly over, feeling slightly embarrassed. Because I am such a weakling in my original shape.
I'm gonna fly back and just kind of pat Zephyr and like, don't worry, we still got everybody across, and then guidance her again, just as a troll.
And as you're patted on the shoulder, you do feel a small warmth. And this, you hear
Small
just
bit
this,
of fire,
and then just a little
a bit of
tingling
thaumaturgy.
sensation from the electricity.
I
And that-
continue to float for the next 10 minutes. This until the spell runs out. I'm gonna be just floating a little bit, like about a foot above the air. Just
While you're floating,
Walking on sunshine.
Elofir is
whoa.
full on distracted, flying around, laughing as he and his fairy just keep flying around through the air.
Oi! Oi!
I'm,
No, I'm gonna zip around with him. Oh yeah!
This is
this is
great,
wonderful.
right?
This
It was
is
so fun, right?
I cannot
Mage
believe.
hands
fire.
the bird brain. Mage hands the
that?
bird brain.
your boots on
What's the-
fire.
My
You look
boots.
down and
I don't wear boots.
a few of
Wow.
your feathers have been slightly singed.
Ah! I'm gonna put him out and just like, why you gotta be a? Is it? I'm gonna say into the.
Get
is
him
it-
down
is it
here,
because
he's
I'm
gonna
not- Is it because? Is it not because I'm flying with you?
Bloodscale literally just gets to the end of the fucking bridge at this point.
I just kind of glare at him and I just start stomping off with Bloodscale.
Mesnos
Bloodscale's
kind
not
of
stopping. He just broke boards. He's like being ginger as fuck.
He's being
Mesnos
ginger, but I'm stomping off behind him.
Mesnos kind of puts up his hand. Would you mind if it's too heavy? You know,
What's he saying?
he's like he goes he puts his hand up to Bloodscale. He's like, should I hop up or is that gonna be too heavy?
I just heave him by his collar.
Oh, okay, all right. And then the rest of you
I'm
kind
gonna
of
tell Ilofir, it's mom's getting kind of mad. We should go back down.
oh, of course, sorry, I forget myself. And then
That's fucking awesome, right?
you see he looks super embarrassed as he flies down to the other side. Is he
No,
not-
it's okay. You should have seen me the first day I got to fly. I was literally flying until I passed out from exhaustion. I'm pretty sure it was like 40 hours or something, and I fell so hard I got a concussion, and my brother had to like pull me into a cave and nurse me. It was pretty funny looking back on it.
and see the intoxication. Kind of gives you like a smile. It's the first time you've seen him smile, and it's a big, genuine smile. So as he lands, he's like, he lands and he kind of takes a second, and then he bows to everybody's like, I apologize, I let that new experience over. But I had you like stuff away.
Oh no, flying's fun. Flying's a great amount of fun.
Yeah,
Get
no,
out
you
of the
don't do it
open,
enough.
please.
Looking, you see he has not actually touched the ground yet, and then so you guys, he nods, and you guys kind of make your way back into the trees. Are you guys going to be moving? What kind of pace? What are you guys?
See.
How close are we to the camp?
We are a few hours away.
Few hours of normal walking or few hours quiet?
A few hours of careful movement, not probably not full quiet, but you're careful. Not
Sure.
Careful's
Pass.
good.
Pace you think should be better.
Pass without a
see.
trace that I can do for up to an hour.
Does that stack?
No.
Yeah, they don't
So we
stack
might-
together, but so as you do you want to? Is that what you want to cast, Azir?
Yes. I don't know. I mean, if it'll like allow us to move faster.
So yeah, with pass
But-
without a trace, I would say so basically you can move half speed, and that'll be stealthily, and so you get your full stealth check. You can move carefully, which I'm going to put right between in regular travel and stealthing, which you can make a stealth check, but you take a -4 to it. But with the pass without a trace, that's a +10, so it should counteract that pretty decently. Or sorry, -5, not 4. And then,
Okay.
or you can move regular pace and not do a stealth check, or you can move quickly and move and get there in half the time, but no stealth at all, and then no perception
Shit.
checks and stuff as you go.
Shit.
So I need a stealth check from everybody, and then subtract 5. Just add 5 instead of adding 10. As you see, Tazir, you kind of hold this fire in your hand, and as you close your hand, a single ash falls to the ground,
shit.
and then expands outwards as the shadows envelop
Ty,
everybody
I
and
have
cling.
2 questions before I roll this stealth check. 1, since I had the shadow of the Deep Crow, did I get any memories from it?
The Shadow of the Deep Crow. You have this. Yes, actually, you have this second flash of where you're pretty sure the green was, and you just see this face of this regal-looking male elf with long, glittering.
Oh, you cut out after Regal.
This regal-looking elf who has blonde, gorgeous hair, and he's one of the most attractive beings you've ever seen in your entire life. He's wearing these bright green kind of robes, and you see he looks very concerned, and then you just hear this command of slow them down, and the flash is gone.
Okay. I'm not going to tell anybody that until we are private. And then, do I get advantage on the stealth check?
Because
The
it's in
only
shadow,
lasts for
and
10
you
minutes.
For the 10 minutes. You know what? 10 minutes isn't going to be
It's
long enough
okay
since
if
you're
it's not,
traveling
'cause-
for a few hours.
yeah.
So nah, probably not.
That's fine. Figured.
So,
And there's my stealth check. Not that
Alright.
it mattered.
perfect. So you guys cling pretty stealthily to the shadows, but still moving along at a decent pace. Perception checks
gonna-
from
Yeah. I'm gonna
whoever's
keep my
watching
eye
out.
Oh, is it too late to guidance myself?
Last one.
Okay.
It's not
Hey,
exactly
what
a
nice.
sky.
Perfect. All right. So as you guys are looking out, Tazir, as you're keeping an eye out above you and Bloodscale, ahead you hear something that sounds extremely large, and so you kind of like put up a hand. And do you guys would you want to stop everybody, go check out what it is? What would you like to do?
I'm stopping everybody,
Yeah.
Perfect.
I
So
think we should.
and I'm just paying attention to see if it gets louder or if I can determine a direction.
So as you hear this loud noise, and it's just this, it sounds like so many legs, and then you hear this crushing and tromping through, and then it seems to be going further and further away, and then pretty soon it's completely gone. It seems to have passed you by.
All right.
Think
I'm
we're
gonna
good.
hold everybody for like another minute, just for safety, and then proceed.
Perfect. So then, as you guys proceed, all of a sudden you see Illifer. He says, "We are nearing home," and he points to the sky. And right where he points, you see a faint wisp of smoke, super high in the sky. And as you guys continue forward, the sky starts to grow red, and smoke starts to become more and more prevalent. And soon it's thickening into the air, and you start to cough a little bit. And as you're coughing, Illifer in turn touches each of you on the middle of your forehead, and all of a sudden you can breathe easily, as if there's no smoke at all. And you guys continue forward, and as you crest this latest hill that you've been going over, you see an inferno blazing before you. An entire valley is burning, and all you can do is stand and look at the raw power of this cauldron of fire. And then Illifer's like, "Do not worry, friends. Here is how we remain undisturbed.
You just
Nice.
broke up really
Ah,
bad.
Don't worry, my friends. Here we will remain undisturbed. The eyes that can see will be blinded, and those who would take without trade kept away." And then he walks
Whose eyes are
forward.
blinded?
Huh?
Whose eyes are blinded, Illafir?
But any watchers, anyone who would care to find out what you are doing.
Like, do you have like a description of these people?
It could be anybody. The Seelie, the Unseelie, a creature hunting you. There are many things and dangers in the Feywild.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. On a separate, totally unrelated note, what does the Prince of Fools look like?
Prince of Fools?
Just so we know when to act, respectfully towards him.
Oh, he is not care so much as about being respected, but he is a satyr. He is hard to miss. Come, show you.
Oh, okay.
And with that, he steps down and hops into the fire.
Well, I look at Tazir, I'm like, I'm used to this. Are you used to this?
I mean,
Bloodscale just jumps.
I will be.
Alright. Yeah, I walk forward with Mezzy.
You and
Come on,
Mesnos
Mezzy.
disappear as you see Bloodscale hops in right after him, and then everybody. Is everybody going?
Fuck it. Yeah.
Perfect. I need everybody to make it. No, I'm just kidding. So as you pass
But
through
I can
the
take it, bitch.
as you pass through the flames, on the other side, the sky is once again clear and beautiful. There's birds and even a small stream that flows close as you walk in through the sky seems to have settled into this kind of pinkish orange. It's kind of almost ombres from one color to the next. And the trees here have bright green leaves, not like the darker purple one, the dark green ones that you saw when you first came in. And then you see there's small creatures darting back and forth between the trees, and lots of glowing bugs in this area. And then in front of you, Illufir is. And as he points up, there's this massive tree, and it's the tree has like little like orbs of light that almost seem to be like growing from it, like fruit, but they're glowing with this warm orange yellow glow.
Is it day or dusk or night?
It is twilight. The sound I wanted to go. There we go. And then as it's this kind of dusky twilight where it's not quite dark, but the sun is like halfway set, and then you can see some stars appearing in the sky, but there are far too many stars. And as you walk forward, this is kind of an idea of what you see. Share this with you. And then, so at the base of the tree, there's this golden kind of. It's this really wide chair as opposed to like a concentrated throne, and it's glimmers with gold and silver, and the metals almost seem to morph through each other rather than deciding to be one exact type of metal. And on it, you see a satyr. He has large horns that grow around and to the back of his head, and he kind of smiles as you approach, and you hear he has a violin that he has out, and he's playing just these long chords and creating this. And he smiles. And you can see his he's got like a curled up mustache. He's bare chested, and he just seems to acknowledge your presence, give you a nod, and lets out some small singing as the creatures all seem to respond and start to flock in, and they all start landing on different places around the throne. Birds taking perch around him, and small like deer start to roam in as they take seats next to him as the music kind of comes up. You see fairies fluttering back and forth, all of them different, almost different elements. Some with wings made of water, some just seemingly to float through the air until you see the gossamer ice wings that are only be able to see when they reflect. Your son gives you a smile. Hello, Dawnforged Company.
Alright, people
You're
have finally
finally
heard
here.
of us.
Bloodscale, you look like you could sleep for a week. Uza, your
I
eyes are
probably will.
I have a comfortable blend. Uza, your eyes are like dinner plates. I love the R. Don't lose that.
There's a lot going on here.
Oh, and Zephyr, don't worry. Your newfound fear of loss will not manifest itself here. Guaranteed. To see it, the fireball. You should feel right at home here soon. We have quite the party coming up with a large bonfire. And, that would probably almost make it better than your home right now, but that's a tale that comes soon enough. Mesnos, you half demon, half man, where does this rat bit even fit in? You know, one funny thing about, about wishing into the air is sometimes you're heard. And then he just kind of motions his hand, and there's this bright flash. All of you close your eyes. And then, as you open them, standing where Mesnos was, is a purple tiefling. And you see Mesnos looks down at his new body, and his eyes go wide.
Alright!
And then,
What
it's like,
the hell?
and then I'll go and show you his new form. Well, I've had quite the time following your travels and hearing your song. And it got more and more interesting, and I heard and watched as he struggled between man, demon, and beast. And I decided that maybe striving towards one instead of all three would serve him better. And his wish,
I am
Is-
glaring at this man so fucking hard.
he smiles.
So you just
My eye
decided that?
is twitching. You did this without his permission.
That's
Mesnos?
pretty-
Mesnos, are you okay?
Mesnos he's looking down at his hands, and you see he stands up, and you see he also has wings. They have purple feathers, and he seems to be mostly purple. And as he looks up, he's like, I wished for this sometime. And then he kind of looks up at you, Zephyr, and he's like, I will not lie. It's good to see you.
I'm looking over to his Rob, and I just start glaring at him, just
He-
like you had no right kind of glare.
He
And
returns
I
your
am
glare with a
turning scarlet.
bright, flashing white smile. He's like, well, don't worry. It's what he wanted, I promise you. And that brings us
It's a good look
to...
on you.
Isn't it, though? But it will take some adjusting. And that brings us to Vicer, a self-appointed chronicler, spokesman, and maybe the only one of you who truly embraces the importance of foolery.
Yes, let's talk about Vicer.
Yeah, what? Hold on.
You sure
Can
about that?
just- I was gonna say, I clearly need to rewrite the song to include all of the foolery of the crew, because I'm definitely not the only one.
Oh, you think
See the
they're...
weird shit I've done, right?
I mean, for crying out loud, I got a note to self, write more about Bloodscale in the song.
Oh, don't worry. Bloodscale has more than I can help with right now.
Alright,
Oh yeah, he knows.
I just have to stop this for a moment. This is insane. Okay, you brought us here against our will from a great party that we definitely deserved.
We
We almost
did.
died like twice.
Yes.
What the
Yeah.
hell do you want?
Me?
Why are we here?
Oh, that is simple.
Behind Vicer nodding.
Well,
She's type womaning it.
Yeah.
I am.
well, it's a little thing.
Oh, good.
I require some assistance pulling a prank on both the Seelie and Unseelie at the same time.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Is this the kind of prank that, like, makes people stop being idiots? Is that the thing?
It's not that sort of prank, but it is one that
What's-
might let us enjoy the fall a little longer than normal.
Why? I mean, no offense. Like, this is... I mean, I know the song is fun, but, like, we do work that matters, I feel like. I feel like we put our lives on the line for things that are high... No, their value, and we're on a quest right now.
I could
We're
not
gonna have to
agree
do
more.
better than it's a prank.
Oh.
Help me out here.
Well,
a prank.
would you do it for your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather?
Never met him.
Yes, you have.
Just did, I think, bro.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
Ah, crying out loud, of course.
And by no means do you have to accept. But
I'm sorry. You went and you went and had your business with my great grandmother. Is that what you're saying?
the seed was planted long ago.
That's not the way to put that.
Oh.
Lord
This is some
mercy.
Skyrim level shit.
Planted the seed. Ugh, gross. Ah, crying out loud.
You don't,
So
Vicer.
what do you want? What's the prank? I better
Oh.
be funny, or else like fucking no.
Of course.
Also, yeah, you never write. You never sent letters. Where the
Oh, I
hell? I
sent-
don't even know who you are.
Oh,
How many birthdays you missed?
oh,
Look how many birthdays it is. The first time you meet me, and like, hey, do me a favor.
well, this isn't the first time. And he transforms back into the satyr you met along the road. Days and days and days and days and days and days and days ago.
Came from.
And he's the person who gave you Faf. I made sure to make up for it with a stalwart companion. Hopefully.
Note to self: interrogate all friends from this point on.
That is never a bad idea. But
Try.
let's speak with it over a meal. You all look like you could. And he gestures, and then in front of.
Do you know my butler?
No, but I do like him. And then, as he gestures, the bench kind of curls out and extends into this large ring, and then a table of the same material seemingly grows as the branches come out and intertwine together. And then from that, he picks a single fruit from the tree that he's near. He places the globe in the middle of it, and then he just taps the top of it. And as it opens, it unfurls like a tablecloth that extends outside and flows over the edges of the table as a spread of every delicious meal that you could even think. And there's things from prepared, like there's duck, ham, everything like gourmet that you could possibly even think of. And then there's several bottles full of clearly some fine wines, beers, and liquors, as well as some of this most sparkling, beautiful water you've ever seen. And he's like, and he kind of gestures for all of you to sit as there are several animals and everything that have kind of landed and have already started picking at various things. You see a hummingbird fly in and start drinking nectar from some flowers that have grown into a bouquet at the middle of the table.
I reach my hand out towards the hummingbird. I'm more interested in the creatures than the food.
And the
Did
hummingbird,
you by chance see my insight check request? I didn't want to
Oh,
interrupt.
yes, yeah, go ahead
there
and-
for a second.
go ahead and roll it and add your d4.
Let's try Disney princess again.
And
Yeah.
as you reach out, the hummingbird, without a thought, flies over and then nuzzles into your hand, and then kind of nods and flies back. He is super hard to read. You've never met anything
Yeah.
quite so seemingly.
Sorry, I meant.
Fucking demigods, man.
It's okay. We'll use your original roll. Just with a +0, so you rolled a 19.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Sorry,
So
I just. Yeah.
yeah, he seems. It's super strange because you expect him to be lying about something or expect him to want anything other than what he's saying, but he just seems to genuinely be telling the truth. And then as the table loosens up, he lets go of his instrument, and it kind of floats away, still playing. And he kind of taps his throat, and he pulls almost like this singing voice out of it and releases it as it kind of floats away at this gold dust mote, singing. So, I think you've heard of the Seelie and the Unseelie, both the courts of Titania and of the Queen of Wind and Shadow. Well, it is a rare time where there is the house games in the faith. For very, very long now, they have been the only two to compete, shunning all other competitors. And I think it is time to remind them that they aren't the only beings in this Feywild, and that they need to be concerned more than just the two of themselves, or else I fear they'll fall into war once more. So, very tired of hearing about them war with each other. So, if, say, a House of Fools was to come and represent, they would have no choice but to allow us to compete. I have several ways of making us win these competitions.
Only one problem.
Hmm.
Mama didn't raise no fool! Just kidding.
And he starts to genuinely laugh, and he's like, that is absolutely correct.
What kind of games do they play at these things? Are these like weird fairy games that like make no sense to mortals and leave us baffled and scared?
Oh, no, these are much more straightforward, as most of them, not wanting to compete directly, have representatives that they choose from various places. More than one have a warlock bound to them, as Ilofir is to me. But many different things. There's everything from riddle contests, tests of strength. There'll be a wizard's duel. Of that I would love to see you compete. There'll be the contest of writing a play, the best story, cooking the best meal. These are not merely gladiatorial combat. And to give ourselves the upper hand, again, first step, we must, well, you must, as the heads of houses are no longer allowed to influence the competition directly. But first step will be to hunt the Kirin, for it is, I know, going to be the subject of the hunt, and if we show up with it already captured, we'll put ourselves in the lead early.
The key
I look over at Bloodscale like, do you know what he's talking about? Do you know?
Bloodscale is taking a poo.
Oh, alright. What's a Kirin?
Kirin is a wonderful, amazing creature that hopefully that is unfortunately doomed by this hunt. With that, he kind of like opens his hand, and in his hand there's he kind of like he holds up like this image, and it is of this sparkling gold horse-like creature with a platinum horn coming from the center of its head. And show you guys. And but it seems to have golden scales like a dragon, and the same with the undercoat, but it has a long flowing mane around it. And instead of hooves, it has two claws that curl back, and it's like, the magical Kirin, capable of flight, mesmerization, and if it weren't for the games and greed of those running them, something that should be left alone for an eternity.
You said we have to hunt it.
That's correct.
Do we have to kill it?
Well, if all goes well, you won't have to. Well, my plan is to...
I want to.
And nor would I want you to. My plan is to keep it hidden until they announce the hunt, and then merely have it appear already in our possession. Now, all of this, of course, is if you agree, which I will let you sleep upon for any decision demanded. It's not a proper choice made. In the meantime, enjoy the food, enjoy your new freedom. He kind of nods to Mesnos, and then we'll await your response.
I have 2 questions.
Of course.
I don't remember if you said or not. When are the games?
The games will be in a week's time.
You have rooms.
Yes. And then as he gestures, the tree behind him, the bark like slides open, and then you see that inside there's a kind of like a golden glow for a second. And then you see stairs form that are leading up into.
Do you mind if I take a plate up to my room with me?
Of course not.
So I grab a plate and then I grab Mesnos by his head. I'm like, I need to talk to you. And I take him with me.
Or you just grab Mesnos and you two head up there. And it's like, he kind of
And I
smiles.
grab like a plate big enough for both of us, but
As you reach for the plate, it seems to fill almost like there's like kind of like stalks grow from the table of the same gold and substance, and they just push the like each of them like stabs into and grabs food and like puts it onto the plate. 2 plates ready to go, one for Mesnos.
great. I grab both and I'm like, alright, come on. I need to talk to you. We
Yes.
disappear.
And then you guys head into the tree. So any other? Yes.
I have a question for you, Sire, Lord, Prince. Hi,
Here's Sam.
Hi, Sam. So
Here's
when we
Sam.
go into these rooms, or we're
Yes.
like bullshitting around the table,
Yes.
are like you and your people listening to us? Now you can't lie. It's Feywild. I'm told you can't lie in Feywild.
If there are ones close that may overhear you, then yes, they may hear, but I will not actively be listening. That is what we're asking.
We can like talk trash about you, and you won't hear us.
You can talk trash
So we're
about
going
me.
to.
If that is how you feel and that is how you must express yourself, by all means. I meant it when I said that Zephyr's fear of loss. She cares for you all very deeply, what says it in the promised that it would not be manifesting here, so self not. We'll have
So,
no
like, you
harm
can
come
protect
to
us from dying and stuff? Is that what you're saying?
you. Stay close. Yes.
I like
And
that. That's nice.
If you wish to return, he stares you in the eyes and locks eyes with you for a second, Lysair, and then nods.
Ring?
In the meantime, please tell me anything of your stories. I would love the song. And if not the song, I understand. You tell me more of your journey. I'd rather hear it directly from you.
Oh, crying out loud. This is a lot to take in. I'm not gonna lie. So you're my great-great-grandfather, who's actually like the god of fools, which, like, of course, that fucking... of all the gods, of course. So, what do I don't know what to do. What do I do? Do I tell you everything? I don't even know. What if you don't even know that you're lying, you know? Like what if you're a fool? Like, right? Like, fools don't know when they're lying. That could be a lot of wiggle room there. I don't
There
know.
is quite a lot of wriggle room there.
You see, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't even know.
That was very unnerving. I felt like that was very unnerving, Vice-Air. Like,
Yeah, no, I have virtually no nerve left. I have no idea what to do with all of this information.
In that case, I will. You might as well enjoy the food, have a rest, and.
But like, is it like every story about the Feywild about not eating the food they give you? Like, I don't know how.
And as you look over, Bloodscale is just stuffing his face, and like you see Bloodscale pause for a second as you say this, and then he just keeps going.
It's Goku levels of eating, man.
It is. And
Oh shit!
It's really gross when you swallow like that, you know? It's like watching a snake crying out loud.
reminds me of being back in the
Politician.
nest when our parents were like, you know, they regurgitate food in our mouths because we
If you
couldn't
could eat the
do
bones, you would too.
Tell me
Some
more.
of the
They
benefits of-
regurgitated food into your mouth.
And eating the bones.
Mirror's delicious. Good calcium.
What reassurance can I
Look, that's what I'm saying. It's like we just have to fucking go with this, and I'm not used to that level of trusting a random person who claims to be related to me. Yeah, it's just
Very
a
fair.
thing for me. Anyway, I'm gonna eat some food. Yeah.
give you? Would you be more comfortable if I left?
I look over to the group like, what do you guys think?
I have one question before he leaves, and even though Zephyr walked off, maybe we can go grab her if we decide to. So you're big on the whole getting us to trust you thing, right? Hi, Sam.
Here, Sam. Yes.
Here's Sam. Sorry. So you realize like you've put us in a position like Visera said where we have like no option but to trust you.
That's not true. I will return you back to your plane if you wish.
So if you were to make a portal right there, I point at the end of the table, back to the material plane right now, we could walk through it.
That is correct.
Why don't you make that portal and we'll discuss using it.
He makes the
Do you
portal.
mind if I just like peek my head through the portal to make sure it goes back where we think it will?
Of course. He creates a portal. And you see it's into the same room
Alright.
that you left. Food's still on the table.
Alright guys, if my head gets chopped off, I'll miss you all.
We'll kill him for you.
All
Alright,
your body.
Thanks for clarifying that.
Alright, I stick my head through, just look around.
It is exactly the way you left it. You can even still smell the food. It doesn't seem like the food has even gotten cold since you've left.
Alright, it's either a quality illusion or an actual honest-to-God portal.
I'm gonna
Alright.
I'm gonna shoot an arrow, see if I can knock one of the cups off the table.
Roll an attack.
I mean, if it's an illusion, it's just gonna do that anyway. Like, it's fine. I'm just gonna
True,
lean
wouldn't
into
it?
this, I've decided. Why not? Like, right? Like, how often are we in the Feywild? I don't think I've ever been.
And as you hit the shot, it knocks one of the cups off and even dents in. The arrow breaks as it hits the metal mugs that you were using at breakfast in all the way back in Kern, and you hear the tink of it. All intents and purposes, it looks exactly like you would expect.
We're staying then.
That's what I like to hear.
Well, no, that was a question. That was not a statement. I rescind that. Sorry. That was not a binding contract. I did not give any kind of verbal signature. Wanted to ask more. The group, are we staying? I mean, Visera, it's kind of your call.
Could be fun. Make a great song. You gotta admit that. Bloodscale looks like he's all in. Just guessing.
Just eating like a motherfucker.
I'm gonna take that as a yes from Bloodscale.
I will
hit
make
the
it
little
worth your
pearl in
while.
my ear, and I go,
Reward?
Vicer Zephyr, do you think we
There's
should
her
do this?
reward.
You do
What?
hear him.
Mesnos doesn't have an ear thing, does he?
No,
I
you guys.
believe I got
you
one
guys,
for everybody in the party.
Yeah,
Ask
he
Mesnos
recently. Everybody has one now.
Yeah, Mesnos.
Mesnos, same question.
Hang on, I'm like, Mesnos, here, let me have your earpiece really quick.
We could literally leave right
hands
this
you
second
his
if we
earpiece.
wanted to.
And I walk out of the room and I'm like, I'm making sure that this is actually Mesnos. I don't know if it's him. Okay? So,
Right.
I heard reward.
I don't trust it.
Knew somebody would have sharp ears for that part.
Bloodscale's literally just stopped eating altogether. Like, reward?
As soon as I'm sure it's him, then sure. This is your deal, though, Vicer. So
Alright,
I'll
I'll
follow
stall.
you where.
I'll stall eating some food and telling him some tales. You just let me know what you find out.
Okay.
As I said,
And I
you don't have to make a choice.
sit down across from Bloodscale and I try to eat as much as he is eating. I just go to freaking town.
And,
I will regale Hi Sam with the tale of Bloodscale and Bird Bro and the Beholder in the same toddler fashion.
Perfect.
as
Roll a
previously
performance check.
Ooh, that's not good. Oh, that's really not good.
And as you're telling it, it's getting hard to remember bits and pieces, and you keep like calling him like and even more restarts than usual. But he seems utterly fascinated and smiling throughout the entire thing, and he just keeps nodding. Him.
So here's a question. Can we actually have him roll that advantage if Bloodscale would literally stop eating and just be like, yeah, she was a bitch?
Yeah, I'll let you assist.
Ruff.
Yeah, so and as the Bloodscale tries to get you back on track, go ahead and make another performance check. Perfect. And then he's starting to remind you of things, and you're like, oh yeah, the bitch! And then like you get into like start getting into the story and telling about the water weirds and how it got kind of insane. Oh yeah, and we had a friend, he's a hobgoblin, and then that's where we met Fendrick. You don't know about Fendrick yet, and like you start going to the more
I
details.
think he knows
as you get
about
more and
Fendrick,
more excited.
actually.
And you almost forget that bit of it as you're telling him just everything all of a sudden, and you find it pouring out of you and more excited than usual. And the rest of you notice as he's telling the story, the violin has floated kind of behind him and is playing musical accents to the story, and like making it more dramatic in places. And then the background voice also starts to match the tones as he just seems utterly fascinated with Uza telling this story. And that's where we're going to go ahead and end tonight.
Wait.
Oh,
There's
you have one
something
more thing?
Bloodscale has to do.
Sure.
After gorging, he's going to go to his room and do exactly what you know he's going to do.
So midway through the story,
I'll leave
Bloodscale
my
just
book!
kind of nods and gives a like a nod
Yeah,
of
you got this.
recognition.
It's fine.
And he heads to his room and passes the fuck. And then that's where we'll go ahead and end.
All right.
So we'll go ahead and kind of a crazy
I gotta
session, I
paint
know.
a new fucking painting. I gotta do it all over again.
No, don't get rid of it. She
I'm not getting rid of it. I'm gonna do another
painting
one.
number
Oh
2.
man. All right.
I'm gonna need a bigger piece of paper because it's taller.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
And I'm
And by
gonna
the way,
have to adjust the group
She's
one.
not even sure if that's really him.
just
Some guy all of a sudden just comes in and like, oh, here's Prince Charming. Hello, and like poof, there he is, and it's like, no, that I'm used to Splinter. Where's my Splinter?
Also,
Yeah.
how on a scale of 1 to 10, how
Beyond
purple
him.
is High Sam?
On a what?
On a scale of
It's a
1 to
picture of
10, how purple is a High Sam? Well, I saw purple accents. Like how
Oh,
much?
here's some. Those are
purple is
just
hanging
like
around this guy?
the purple is more like there's like just some feathers worked into his hair and then like a purple ribbon wrapped around his horns. They're not like naturally occurring parts of him. Those are more of like just kind of decoration hanging about him. And then I have like a few like combination photos because I couldn't find one that really encapsulated exactly what I wanted to. So there'll be more handouts because that one I wanted to get to the first impression for the intensity in his eyes and kind of his overall demeanor. But you'll be receiving like more kind of like this one that I'm going to show right now kind of shows you more what I think his horns look like, and then like what he's kind of wearing, and then there's another one that is going to be kind of
Batman
what-
looks most naked.
yeah. I thought about
He's like,
him
Batman
pranking
looks
you
like he
guys.
just got out of a fucking orgy.
He's
he's like,
Gilmore
"Hey,
as a
didn't know you were
satyr.
here."
Oh
Yeah,
God.
I thought
He's
yeah.
just Gilmore as a satyr.
He's pretty much Gilmore as a satyr, yes. Perfect. So we'll go and stop the stream there. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It
Like,
was
hey, guys.
sorry about the audio issues. We're going to continue to work on that and make sure that doesn't happen. Hopefully ever again. I'm going to be doing a lot of studying on that because I am about lost my mind. I thought I had it fixed, but apparently not. But we'll get that fixed and we'll catch you tomorrow.
Auto gate. But
Yeah, the auto gate. I got to figure out why it's doing that because I have the auto gate turned off. It should be turned off because and then I tried to make sure why it's so. But we'll find out. Anyway, tomorrow probably going to be continuing the playthrough of Hollow Knight, as it's just a
Hollow
regular
Knight.
Wednesday stream. Oh no stream tomorrow. It's my wife's birthday, so
Hey!
Birthday, wifey!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, dear Mary.
Feliz cumpleaños!
hell yes. And so I
What
will
she
not be
said.
streaming. We're going to be going to dinner and have a good time. And then
Dinner.
Thursday, if you're still in, we're going to be TJ. We're going to be working on making a 5e adaptation Dragon Ball Z one shot. It should be
I
pretty
didn't know
fun.
that was like a thing.
Okay, well
You're
maybe
gonna do that,
might.
on stream?
Yeah, that was the. Oh, sorry, that was my plan. I thought I made that more clear.
Oh no, this was not
Sorry.
communicated well. Alright, well, maybe,
Maybe.
perhaps, tune in
If-
Thursday and find out!
If nothing else,
Next
we'll play
time
some
on
Hollow
Dragon
Knight. So.
Ball Dungeon.
Oh, that guy just
Dungeon
passed
Ball
away.
Z. Oh yeah, he did. That's so
The
sad.
narrator for Dragon Ball just passed away, so pour one
Yeah.
out for him. He was
one
the
out.
best.
The best.
And Captain Ginyu.
Yeah, he was Captain Ginyu as
And
well.
Captain Ginyu! Ah,
Awesome. Well,
they just released a great Dragon Ball Captain Ginyu figure. So,
so, on that horrible disappointment, we'll go ahead and end the
Sorry.
stream. That's okay. And then we'll catch you
Downer.
guys when we see you.